Hey guys, how y'all doing? Alright fellas, here we're going to have a look at the throttle on this thing. You can see it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to take that off of there and then we're going to have a look at it. Alright. Alright. So I took the carburetor out of there and the choke works real free. It doesn't feel clean, it feels gummy, but it works. But the throttle itself, I'll stick my finger in there and try to move that throttle body up and down in there, and it doesn't move. And it's got that smell of 5-year-old tarnished gas. You know, that yucky, putrid smell that it gets when you open up something that hasn't been moved in a long time. So we're going to take this apart and get it soaking in some carburetor cleaner. And I think the cable will probably be a real lightweight problem, but the carburetor is just tarnished up and needs a good thorough cleaning and gone through. So that'll be the next step. Alright fellas, I cracked that open and phew, man, it's like Skunk City, boy. That stuff is nasty. And what I'm going to do is just kind of give everything a shot of carb cleaner and kind of let it sit for the night. It's starting to rain and it's getting dark, so I had to put the dogs in there in the house. And I'm going to see if I can get that throttle slide out of there. I have a feeling that needle jet is probably stuck down in the bottom. No, I don't want to. I'm afraid to spray carburetor cleaner in there. I don't know what kind of gaskets are in there, but I'm doing it anyway. Worst case scenario is I got to buy a rebuild kit. I hate doing that, but if you can't get it apart, you can't see what the problem is. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's one of the worst ones I've seen in a long time. Well, it is the worst one I've seen in a long time. It may be one of the worst I've ever seen. Just goes to show this thing hasn't done anything for a long time. I would like to get that slide out of there so I can get the cable out of the way. I always feel like I got a leash on when I'm trying to work with something like that. Anyway, that's a bad deal. That's just a bad deal. So anyway, we're going to load this up with crap and let it sit overnight. I know it's all going to run right back out and evaporate in just a little bit. But I need some time to think about what I can use. Pop it loose so it'll slip out of there. And I need something firm but soft, if that makes any sense. Alright, so that's the plan. I'm going to think about it and I'll let you know what I come up with. In an attempt to get that carburetor cleaned out, we are going to boil it. So I got this water on the stove heating up, and as soon as it starts boiling, we're going to set this carburetor in there. See it here, and it's not moved a bit. I sprayed it several times throughout the night and it never did free up a bit. However, I was able to get the air mixture screw out, and the needle jet, or the main jet, came out. But that's it, everything else is stuck. So I read online last night that just boiling them in water for like 15 or 20 minutes will break that loose enough where you can get them apart. I just want to make sure there's no gaskets in there that I'm unaware of before I put it in like Chem Dip or, you know, some sort of harsh solvent. But we're going to give this a go. And if I can get it free enough to get that throttle slide out of there and get the cable off of it, then we're going to totally disassemble it as best we can and see if we can't get this thing working. So, that being said, there's our water. And we're just going to stand here and wait for it to boil. No, just kidding. I'll get back to you when it gets going. Alright? Alright. Alright. It's started to boil finally. I got it set in there. I'm going to give it, they said 15 minutes. I may give it a little bit longer than that just to give it a fighting chance. Anyway, there it goes. So we'll check back on it here in a little bit and see how it goes. Alright guys, check this out. It's been about 20 minutes and that rascal came right out of there. I'm going to turn that heat off. I'm going to rinse this in a little cool water and wrap it in a shop towel and take it back out the garage and see what I can do about getting her cleaned up. That's a good deal right there. All right. Well, wonders ever cease. I don't know if you can see this or not, but look how that tarnished on the side is all bubbled up. Wow, that's amazing. Here, let me see if I can get a better hold of this. Not burning myself. I still show it in the camera. Yeah. I'll bet if a fella did that for long enough, that stuff would all just break free. I don't know, the light's probably funny, I'm sorry. At any rate, it's a good start. Huh. Alright. Well, I guess I learned something today. So, that's all I got for you for right now. I'll catch you back in the shop. Alright guys, here we are out in the garage about, I don't even know what time it is. A couple hours later probably. Hour later or something. Anyway, I took that all apart. And you know, I'm not going to show you how to put it back together. There's a million videos on how people rebuild the carburetors. And the right way and the wrong way to do it and everything. Anyway, I'm just showing you that boiled it, got it cleared up. I went through it with just simple old gum out carb choke cleaner. And my compressor. Blew everything out. Scraped all the varnish off with a little wire brush on the floats and, you know, blew all the jets and everything out. Ran some carbon choke down the throttle cable itself and then followed it with some lubricant. And that switch, the actual throttle control itself, once I got it apart the other day, it was just a little dirty. It wasn't really anything wrong with it. See, it mounts on the handlebars like that. Try to get out here so you can see. And it's just free as it can be. So I'm going to hook the cable up to it. I've never seen one like this. This is not what any of the pictures of the stock manufacturer's product looks like. I don't know where that came from. It's some aftermarket something or another. But it's spring loaded and a little rubber thing on it. It's going to be fine. And since it's already there, I'm not going to mess with, you know, switching over to something else. I'm just going to run what you brung, you know. Alright, So anyway, there's carb. All cleaned out, ready to roll. I finished up the electrical. Let's see what we got here. I finished up the electrical harness today and tried it. I was able to get the starter to work with the push button, but I had to bypass the starter circuit relay. I don't understand why. Maybe it's just defective little unit. Then the battery ran low before I could see if I got spark or not. I have to go back to work tomorrow, so it may be next weekend before I get a chance to tackle into that. It's almost dark now and I'm going to wrap it up. Pat, I come out here this afternoon. I'm all ready to spend the afternoon out here messing around with this stuff. And it's about 1 o'clock. I used to go to work at 3. And she come out there and she goes, "Did you forget you have to go to work today?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "Well, it's Wednesday." I'm like, "What?" No! And thankfully she was mistaken. I gotta go to work tomorrow. That's what I thought. I thought this was my last day off. Man, talk about a rude awakening though. Freaked me out. I thought, here I am, got all my stuff drug out, all hell-bent for glory about doing whatever it is I'm gonna do today. And talk about getting shot down, man. I was like, she wrecked me, dude. It was something else. But anyway, it's all good. And I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. All right, bye.